know what time it is. Hey, girl,
How are
hey. What it do?
Hey, girl.
All right. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, girl,
How are
hey. What it do?
Hey, girl. Hey.
It's starting to get like a common thing. I just walked in. I thought I was going to see you.
Hey, guys. So, as you all can see, I am the only person here in the studio tonight. Harlem is on vacation, on her vacation with her fiance. I think they're down in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. And Shauna is virtual because she is also out of town.
She's virtual. Out of travel is life.
Hey, be a jet setter. I ain't mad.
All right, cool. Well, let's go to our shoe cam. What kind of shoes you wearing tonight, Butter?
Well, I'm real springy today, so I got on all my little spring colors, look like a little Easter egg. So I put on some yellow Vans today. Is it in the camera?
I like it. Turn to the side. I can't turn to the side.
You ain't see them, girl. I turned them a little
I
bit.
just saw the soul.
Oh, girl. I got a dress on, girl. I wear dress and tennis shoes.
Those are
see my
cute.
hoo-ha.
I promise we're not trying to see your hoo-ha. My bad. Okay, so my shoes tonight, very simple, enjoying the great weather, just some Guess sandals. Cute little sandal, that's it. Pedicure sandal. So
Okay.
that's what I'm doing. That's it. That's what I'm doing.
Relax.
So let's start straight into our first hot topic. And that is, it touches on athletes and mental health.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason this topic comes in because of, a lot of people may have heard about Philip Adams, who is a former NFL player. He played for 5 different teams. He played for New England. He played for Seattle. He played for Oakland, New York. And then he ended his career with the Atlanta Falcons in 2015. But he also ended 5 lives recently, including his own life. So basically, he took his doctor's life, the doctor's family, and grandkids. Mental health. Are athletes taking care of their mental health?
What's the trigger? I know back in the day when I can't even remember the movie, when they were saying a lot of the concussions were causing a lot of stuff for these guys to have what is considerably like the athletic PTSD from all the concussions from helmet hits, and that's why they are preventing those helmet hits to this day because of what it was causing to those athletes. So it's rough, man. It's sad because you don't know where to say it starts. You know what I mean? Like, did it come from concussions? Is it something traumatic, that happened or occurred in a person's life, and how they process things when those types of things happen? So you just never know.
I know. It's so crazy. I know one week Harlan was talking about things you can do to take care of your mental health. Meditation is something that I personally do. I like to have stage in my house to take that time to just calm down and relax and just have a good, sane atmosphere. Working out. What are some things you do to keep your mind straight? Because I know you're an athlete that plays 3 different styles.
Right. And along with that, I write things out. So, a lot of people like journal or whatnot. I'm one of those people that I'll write down what's going on so I can read it back to myself so I can process it a little bit more. I actually was having a conversation today about depression, and I'm like, I don't really want to call what I go through depression. I call it a processing state of mind, where I'm thinking about what to do to get around what's going on. You know what I mean? I'm a thinker. So, where some people go into a slump and not even trying to process it or just, shut things out, or they do things to take their mind off what's going to still be there. I'm just one of those people. I like to write things down. I take a minute for myself, reevaluate the things around me. What can I do differently? What can I change to go forward, to be more stable mentally, or with whatever's going on around, whether it's financial or emotional, anything like that. So you just sometimes you have to write it down and just reread it. Excuse me. I know people go back and read text messages all the time to get a better perception.
Mm-hmm.
So I think writing your thoughts down will help you do that as well.
Yeah, I agree with you because this guy was young. He was only 32 years old. He's played in 78 NFL games, so that means he's been in the NFL since he was like 27.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 teams, 5 seasons, 16. That's a whole lot of moving around. And he plays safety and special teams, and so I can only think mental health and the fact that his relationship with the people that he murdered was doctor-patient relationship, and just so overall, you guys are athletes, no matter the level. Just hoping people are taking care of themselves. So just make sure y'all are taking care of yourselves out there.
And some people, it could have been that he wasn't playing anymore. Could have triggered some stuff too. He didn't have that outlet anymore. So
an outlet. Mm-hmm. Well, all he had to do was come join 8-Man. They would have given him an outlet. He could have been out there hitting this stuff too.
He gonna say he wasn't getting paid for that one though.
I ain't getting paid for this. I ain't
Check
coming
ain't the same, baby.
Yeah. So let's talk about your governor. Now let me stop playing. Governor Kemp. And lifting the COVID restrictions, making the distance 3 feet instead of 6 feet, taking capacity, back up. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Governor Kemp has been going against the grain, I think, since all of this hit the fan a year ago. Was willing to open the city back up, very soon, whereas Keisha, our mayor, wanted to keep it locked down, to prevent things from increasing. And, it was respected. However, he's looking at it more of in an economy type mentality, as these businesses need to get up and running, especially these entrepreneurs and business owners who need the revenue, to continue to stay afloat. So I get it. So with increasing capacity and taking some of the restrictions up, it allows you to get more people inside. Because like one of the restaurant owners today was talking about how, the drive up to get the just the pickups, the carry out stuff, it was cool, but it's not what brings all the money. The dine-ins is what bring the money. So that could be that a lot of the owners was probably pushing for it as well, not just Governor Kemp.
Yeah, I'm sure the owners are pushing for it. I heard earlier this year that Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom was actually receiving death threats for shutting down restaurants and clubs in the city and things like that. And it's really sad that people, and I guess some people look at it, this business is my survival. This is my livelihood.
Right.
Maybe it's worth the life of someone else because this is my life. I'm not sure. But we do know that when people dine in, it does bring in more revenue because they tend to order more food.
Right.
You just sitting there talking, so now you ordering more food. They tend to sell a lot more items such as dessert and sodas. That cup of soda that is $2.65 for. I mean, a 2 liter is 99 cents. But that's really where they make their money. Restaurants make it on dessert and sodas.
Yeah, and then the servers actually can, of course, get tips and whatnot. And that's how they keep their pockets the way they need to be. So.
Yeah. So I get it. I see both perspectives. Mm-hmm. It's just a tough one when you're in that position. I think if you were in that position, which way would you go? If you were the mayor, governor, which way would you go? Open up or close?
That's rough. I'm with Dwayne. If we would have stayed closed a little bit longer to be equipped with how to handle when it's time to reopen. Then probably would have put a lot of these establishments in a better position to handle when the people come in, how to sanitize, how to clean, how to keep the COVID from spreading, and things like that, putting those different parameters in place, because even once things were open, a lot of the establishments, even like the nail salons, they hadn't put certain barriers up before they were already back open. It was once they were open, they was able to get the funds probably to be able to put the plexiglass up and stuff like that. But that's all I can say.
Do you think that businesses, and this is the last question we can go off this hot topic, but do you think that even once COVID is over, that these people will still keep these sanitization barriers and these standards up? Do you think people will still keep these standards up?
Well, if I were them, if I was an establishment, I would keep mine up because COVID ain't going nowhere. Now it's an infectious disease, and it's not gonna go nowhere. The flu been around how long? It ain't going nowhere, right? People still get sick and get the flu every year, different seasons. So it's not going anywhere. So if it's so contagious in the manner that they put out, keep them up, keep the plexiglass up, continue to be precautious. Put up the precautionary measures to avoid things from transferring.
Yeah, true. All right, so we'll swing right into April Love Month. Did you guys know April is, I know, I just love April. April kicks off wedding season. So many weddings. It's a big time for wedding planners. Anybody in the wedding industry, it's such a great time. And so all month long, if you guys have been watching the show, we are asking a wedding kickoff love question each week. And this week's question is this. How long are women willing to wait before you have to put a ring on it? And the other part of that question is, how long are women willing to wait before they are introduced to the family?
Oh, wow. Right. I mean, I think it depends on the dynamic of what's going on, because you got to factor in when people meet, are they in a long distance relationship? Is it local? How feelings are transpired, the chemistry, the connection. Because some people date and they literally date each other until they know, until they really know. Whereas you got some people dive head first all the way in, like they ain't never knew each other. I mean, it's like they always known each other, but I mean, and things happen so fast and so quick. I have done both. But I am a firm, at this point in my age, when you do meet someone and you feel like they're the one, you equally feel like each other are the one, you got to continue to date each other. Even past marriage, you got to continue to date one another and still can do the things that you were doing in the beginning that...
Can I jump in on something?
Sure.
So I was watching this, right, and it was on Facebook. This dude got 2 wives.
Mm-hmm.
So they was like, well, how did you get 2 wives? Because the United States lets you do it.
Right.
So in the United States, his first wife got the original,
Life.
saying like, when he gets sick, she can come in
Uh-huh.
and make decisions for him and all that.
Right.
Now, only through the government, if you go through the government, only one person, but you can go on your own. Mm-hmm. Same paperwork. Mm-hmm. And deem another woman or multiple spouses the same access and grants that you give your main wife.
Okay.
It's just to the state and under the government, when you take your vows and you go get married, you can only get married to one person. But you can legally get documentation to have multiple wives, even in here.
Okay.
So I didn't know that, but I said all that to say that he was saying this: the paperwork meant nothing. The only reason why he did the paperwork was because if he ever gets sick or anything happened to him,
Financial means.
he want them to have power to where his stuff don't go into whatever. Now, he said that he told both ladies, we don't have to do this. If you don't at any given time, this is not a relationship where you can choose what you want to do, but if you want to have other men, that's fine. But in this relationship, I'm going to marry both of y'all, and I'm going to give both of y'all documentation. And it was crazy. And anyway, I just thought to say that. But him himself was saying how much the paperwork didn't mean anything, unless it only means something when you want them to be able to handle your business if you can't handle your business.
Got it.
And both women understood that. They said they didn't want to step away. The second woman who came into the relationship, she also got paperwork. So they both got equal rights to him. So, you know.
So they're like a poly marriage or something?
Well, he's only married to one lady legally. Here. But he took his own oath.
It's almost like having a beneficiary.
Right. But he took his own oath. He went down, he took his own oath to both these women and then presented the next wife with the same paperwork and signature that he gave his first wife. So you can do that. You can empower more than one person. That's what they're saying. Most of the time, a wife thinks that she is she's the empowerment of the man, whether he's sick or if he died. Boom, boom, boom. So what he chose to do was empower both ladies so they felt equal.
And she
wow!
So they legally change her name to his name without her status changing.
Right. So you just can't go in the government and claim taxes and do all that stuff with two wives.
Right.
But you can, and you can have your own documentation that means stuff, and it will stand up in court. So I didn't know all that stuff, and so for all y'all who want to have, you feel me? Because y'all sharing anyway out there. If y'all don't know, sharing.
You are something.
Everybody sharing in this side. Everybody sharing.
Either with old boy or her home girl. I don't know who she's sharing it with, but she's sharing it with somebody. A lot of these girls is the ones is the recipients of this. But anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all that. The light.
Thank you.
All right.
However, I feel in tradition, let me say that. In tradition, I feel like consistency is a key, and you got to continue to keep doing the things you were doing to court and get the person, and for you guys to all that. If you was laying it the way you was laying it in the beginning, you got to keep doing it the same way, of course. I mean, that's the only thing that I have learned over the years with maturity. You know what I mean? So now I would want my mate that all the things we were doing in the beginning, we continue to do throughout our life, marriage, dating, or what have you. Now, ring-wise, the ring is just a symbol. Doesn't mean that person loves you more the bigger the ring or when you get it.
Oh, no. Sometimes the ring is just, listen, the ring was everything. After the ring and you get married, guess what? Sometimes the relationship ain't even interested no more. Exactly. She ready to get divorced.
Exactly.
But let me tell you this. One more story. This was on the Frank Ski Morning Show. Okay? Now, this woman had been married twice already. Okay? Now, she's successful, but she wasn't that successful while she was in her marriages. The dudes paid for her to go to school, you know what I'm saying? Paid for everything so she could basically build her up in the marriage. You my woman, I got you. So she said that both of her marriages, both men were outstanding. They were good. But she met a woman who became the love of her life after she was successful. So once she got on, had her own money, became independent, she gave credit to all these men. But she said not in one time in the relationship did she feel with these men how she felt with this girl. And so Frank Ski was saying, wow. So a woman can just come on here, come to the world. She can give credit to the men and say they were good, but then her own reason for wanting to be divorced was because she wanted to just be happy. She said it was something she just wanted to do. Her life was changing, but she waited till she got 40 after they had catered to her whole life, paid for her. And so then all these women come out and they be like, oh, so proud of her for choosing happiness. Well, a man says that all the time. A man will come and say, man, I've been, in the relationship, we ain't had sex in 5 years. The relationship done got dull. Right. And the reason why I got this woman over here, really because you my wife, I'm always take care of you, but we ain't really in love no more.
Right.
And I just wanted to be happy. And a man will get dogged out for that same very thing, but a woman gets empowered. I can tell you specifically, Jada Pinkett Smith. Everybody supported Jada Pinkett Smith. And then we dogged Derek Jackson, which we should, because Derek Jackson, he been playing games anyway. But it is a double standard for women's happiness versus men's happiness. A man's happiness, you're supposed to be happy because you got your wife, period. But a woman at any given time can be like, this ain't doing it for me. I found myself. I just want to grow.
But you see what you're saying there. The woman is being transparent in what she wants and how what's going to make her happy. Whereas a guy won't sit down and have that conversation with the woman to say, you know, this ain't working. Love you to death. Love you to pieces.
Oh, God will. But it's not accepted.
Why not? I would.
Listen,
I would accept it.
If a man step up and go to a woman that he been taking care of and he still love her, he say, look, baby, I'm still got you and everything, but I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I want to add some little spice to me. You know what I mean? Boom, boom. It's not going to be accepted. It ain't going to be
You got that right, because I'm going to ask you what kind of spice you want. You want
if a
twisted
woman
ice?
tell a man neither. What the woman going to do is leave the whole relationship because she can play safe. She doesn't get hurt. She's not vulnerable. The man, he looks at it like, man, I done put 30, 40 years into your ass. You went to school.
Yeah.
I paid all the house, the car notes. You ain't never paid. That's what he said. He said, you ain't never paid a house note, insurance, and none of that. And then all of a sudden, you going to leave me for your happiness. Well, why couldn't you just bring old girl in the bedroom with us and we all be happy? I'm just saying that is a man's solution. A man's solution would say, well, if you want to be happy and do some other things, if it's a woman, why not introduce her to your number one? I've been with you for 40 years. I got you. But she ain't going to do that. The woman want to play the role of a man because she got some money now and she got her status. So she goes and go get what? Something that she likes that she could go play with. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a funny game. It's a funny game.
Yeah.
I disagree.
So I ain't giving nobody no damn
I know
paperwork.
successful women who are not.
You love me, you gonna stay with me. You gonna tell God you love me. You heard me? All right, y'all, I'm messing around, but I'm just messing with y'all. Paperwork is good. Get your paperwork.
Get your paperwork. Get your paperwork.
Aim is giving y'all a promissory note. You're giving a promissory to your side hoe.
It is like that.
Do you like me? Yes or no?
That's what Aim is out of hand tonight. We don't get this notarized.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Oh, God.
Huh?
That's
You
funny.
playing with-
Is that innocent? I'm saying, listen. Okay, boom. You got a husband or you in a serious relationship, but you and your girls, y'all finna go out
Right.
and get dressed. Y'all get dressed in front of each other, butt and naked. I don't know no niggas that do that unless they gay. I ain't talking about it, I'm just saying. So y'all break all the rules. Y'all FaceTiming in the shower. Y'all can't even get off the phone. Y'all FaceTiming naked to your homegirls in the shower.
I do.
Don't nobody FaceTime their homegirls naked. That's not what homegirls do.
I don't get y'all, man. I don't get y'all. Y'all want to be dominant. Y'all want to be dominant. Y'all want to dominate.
No, if you FaceTime your homegirl naked, y'all are more than homegirls.
Y'all gonna say that ain't nothing.
I disagree, Shauna.
My girl can't be naked.
I ain't never FaceTime none of my homegirls naked. I ain't never FaceTime my homegirls naked. For what?
Huh? Everybody come on in here. Let's get dressed. That's how
I
I feel.
definitely been on the
I
phone and talking on the phone while I'm in the shower with a friend.
You older though, but
I've done that. I'll talk on the phone while I'm doing a million different tasks.
That little cootie coo.
Yeah, they
Oh,
FaceTime
man.
me. Like talking to my girl, we getting ready right now. I can't wait to go to the club. Look, they doing all this shit, camera and everything.
Girl, Shauna, if you can see Amos, oh my Lord.
I can't see him. I can't barely hear him either. I only hear him saying some stuff about FaceTiming naked and your homegirls. But if a chick is FaceTiming her homegirl naked, her man, her husband needs to be very concerned because they are probably not just homegirls.
Oh, well, I can tell you right now, 90% do that. Facts.
I have literally been on a FaceTime in the shower with someone that I've never been intimate with ever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I'm saying that's how comfortable y'all women get.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Women be FaceTiming in the shower with people that they finna go have dinner with. Like, girl, I need to put my stuff on. I'm on the way. Let me oil up. Like, god damn, baby. But then a nigga come by.
Leave us alone, Amos.
Well, a nigga come by here and say something.
I can't.
He just the worst.
What else is he saying? I can't hear him. I don't know what else I can only hear him, but I can't make out what he's saying.
Don't worry, girl, cause he done hiked that leg up
All right,
on the shower and washed between. He's a mess. Don't even
I'm
worry about
done.
it.
All right, we're gonna move on to 5 on your live. Are you live, Butter?
I am not lying.
All right, I'll do 5 on my live. I'll do 10 on my live
Yeah,
just
go
to make up
for
for
me.
Butter not having it done on her live.
Cause
So
my phone gonna die. That's why.
it's cool. I'll do 10 on my live. So I'll start with, let's see. Shout out to Tish 110, K.1 Savage, AEA Day. Let's see. Coach Lane,
Hey.
Junior, the playmaker, One Killer Cam, she always on there. Anisha, Superstar Baller, Most Hated Cam, let's see, Frank Wade Jr. Okay, I think I was 10, right? If not, that's what the two are. That's got to be at least 10. So, that's 5 on our live, 5 from me and 5 from Butter. There we go.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Cool. Now we going to the good stuff.
Uh-oh.
Talk your ish, boo. Like wilding out.
Talk your ish, boo. What we got, Shauna?
Woo, let's go right into Talk Your Ish Boo segment. Let's talk about these scores and these games on Sunday. Oh, man, live and in the crowd. What was there a crowd around those Stallions games? It almost makes us want to do a poll next week. Which team?
No, ain't no make. We're going to do a poll.
Yeah, which team is the most popular? Which team has the most fans? Because there's a lot of people at those games, and I was like, oh, my God.
But wait, Shauna, that can go two ways. Were they fans to see us win, or were they to watch us lose?
Fans and fans, for whatever reason.
Okay. I would say win.
Who got the thickest support?
I would say on Sunday we probably had the thickest support.
I would say it too. I was gonna say y'all or APOC.
Yeah, we definitely had the thickest support, and I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, good, bad, indifferent, whatever it was. I appreciate those that were standing around, rooting us on, the commentation, all that. It was well worth it. Good energy. So hey, definitely. Oh yeah, and I get there early when I can, so I can watch other games because I want to get the support back as well. And because I'm for everybody. To be honest with you, I want to see everybody do well. I like action plays that can be highlighted. And in each game, because there are some highlights. What they got got 3 picks last week? Was it Storm? Although they didn't win, they got 3 picks though in the game. So those are things to watch for. So pick period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they 3 in one game. So that says what the opposing team needed to do differently.
Also say that they're throwing the ball too.
Exactly.
Whether they were successful or not, throwing has become what? A new thing in y'all league.
Yeah, exactly.
People trying to throw that ball.
Yeah, they're trying to really up it a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's start that Warriors versus Primetime game. That score was 0-21.
Wow. Primetime.
Wow is right. Wow is definitely right. I'm telling you. Here's the thing about Primetime that people haven't really been paying attention to, but I've been paying attention. You've been looking at their scores every week. In the men's world, they call it, they're not leaving people with goose bottles, or do they say goose eggs?
Right. Absolutely. And
I think it's goose bottles.
All right, then we're gonna go into the Storm versus Rebels. That was 0-6. Again.
Yeah, I actually. Did you watch that game? I had a chance to see a little. Well, actually, no, that was the night.
I saw the end. I came in right at the end. The Storm and Rebels was 0-6. So Storm was holding them. Storm was actually holding the Rebels all the way down to the wire. So, wow. Double reverse pass. Touchdown, Rebels. Please don't count. I know Storm's ranking is not probably where they wanted to be, but they are working. They are still doing what they need to do. They just got to put some scores on their board. They got to.
Yeah, and the Rebels didn't. The Rebels, they got a new quarterback, and they only scored once on the Storm and no extra point, and it was at the last. It was like I believe the Rebels, both of their games, they won on 4th and goal, the last play of the game.
Wow.
So yeah, Storm held them the whole game, and it's the last play of the game. I don't want to call it a fluke because a win is a win, so I wouldn't call it a fluke, but that's like crazy. Like they did both of their games like that. So That's good. So anybody playing the Rebels, they know they got to play them into that final whistle, like till the game is over. Because if you leave them that one play, clearly they've shown
the one that's winning for them.
Yeah, they've shown that they'll do up.
Yeah, so that's that play you got to be careful and watch for and try to stop it. So going on to Primetime versus DOA, that was 13-0 Primetime. Primetime again showing out. They are 4-0. And, hey, they showing out, man. I ain't mad at them.
Primetime they do a lot of conditioning. People don't even know this about them, but they're actually in the gym during the week, not just practicing on the field. Their coach has them in the gym doing conditioning, and whatever Kool-Aid, whatever sparkling water he's serving them girls are drinking that tea, and they have bought in, and they are leaving people with goose eggs.
I ain't mad. Keep working, Primetime. Then you got Storm versus Tigers. Again, Storm up against an elite team. 0-16 was the score. I need Storm to put some points on the board. You know.
That's it. Once they start scoring, these games become a lot closer and Storm starts to see a lot of wins. Clearly their defense, they don't need to change anything on there because the Tigers, they usually beat teams, 30, 32-0.
Yeah.
Storm only allowed them to score 16 points.
That's enough, though.
It was enough to win. They got to start scoring.
I'm looking for them to step it up and do a little bit better toward the end of the season. So come on, Storm.
Yeah, I want to see
pull your tricks out your hat, baby.
Yeah.
The Rebels versus DOA. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man. Again, last play of the game to come out on top of DOA. I don't know. Somebody might need to watch some film.
Yeah, the Rebels again. Last play of the game, fourth quarter, fourth down, and here they go, 4th and goal. They score, and then poof, game over. But I'll tell you one thing: DOA is not where I thought they would be when we did the rankings before the season started. Once I heard X Factor say, they have so many DOA players transition. I actually had a chance to run into Puerto Rico today. On Sunday at the game as well, and she's not even playing, which was a shocker. And she is a brand player. She's a franchise player, DOA. Very known for DOA pride. She's not playing this season. I'm a little bit concerned about DOA. I can't front. I think they're struggling, and you're just not used to seeing DOAs with goose bottles or goose eggs.
Right.
So it should be really interesting to see how that comes back together, because I did get a chance to kind of speak to Coach Mack on Sunday as well, and he said that he's not worried. They're gelling it together, but right now I am concerned about DOA.
Right. They may need to just turn up their speed and use them legs to get some wins right now. Maybe the yeah. It got to be encouraging. It can't, and I know it's hard, especially when you're passionate and you get your emotion involved. It's hard to stay positive and keep your team morale going. But it starts from the head. If your head go down, then it's just going to be a chain reaction, a trickle-down effect. It's going to be a domino, and that can get everybody's head down if your leadership is down. So, hey.
Yeah, that's true. I want to pay attention to their line this upcoming week, too, because, that was one of their real strong points last year. They had a great O-line, D-line. They had those girls. And so I do want to pay attention to that, just to kind of see what's happening with them.
Absolutely. All right, then we got Warriors versus Tigers, 0-14. Tigers pulling it out again, leaving Warriors with 0. I think I want the Warriors to step up. Come on, Coach Reggie, TJ. What y'all doing?
Yeah. I got a chance to watch that game, and I will say this: the Warriors are girls with so much talent. They are so dedicated. They're out there working every week. I've seen them at their practices. They show up. In that game, I just feel like they beat themselves. And that's not to take anything from the Tigers, because we know the Tigers is a very solid team. Right. But right now, the Tigers are not the old Tigers that they were last year. Exactly. They don't have leads on the field. They have a whole new quarterback. Twin has She's just getting used to their system. They have a lot of new pieces that they are gelling together. Now, as the season goes on, they're going to get those pieces gelled. But right now is a time where they're trying to gel and work out those kinks for teams like Warriors and other teams to attack that top team.
Right.
Like, this is time to attack a Tiger while it's not at its strongest. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Warriors, I feel like they beat themselves, and they just gotta, like there was a lot of catches and things like that they were just kind of dropping. I think that when they come back next week on Sunday, I think they're gonna do those same catches. They're gonna make them the way they make them in practice, and I can see them play some more.
All right, cool. All right, so then we got Stallions versus X Factor, which was one of the games of the week, and Stallions pulled it off. 12-0. Couldn't make those extra points. However, we did make some outstanding plays. Not to knock anything from X Factor. They're, again, new team. They do have some veteran players on the team, but, again, it's all about that gelling and getting it together and figuring out what your personnel can do, what each person can do. Quarterback got to know their receiver and know what their speed is, what they're able to do. Is it more of a handout to a running back, or do I throw it long for a wide out receiver? So they just got to get it together, man. They got to get it.
Yeah, they have a good looking team over there. I saw y'all's game; it was very good. Stallions look very gelled. Stallions are not the same Stallions from last season. It is not. The team just looks gelled. And X Factor, they look good. They look like they were ready for the Stallions. They couldn't execute. One thing that the Stallions did stop, it was their running game. And it looked like they were very heavy on the running game. Mm-hmm. One thing that was so obvious when they played was when they put Santia at quarterback, well, we already know she's not going to throw it. And Stallions constantly came down on that. So when you're shutting down their number one player, it made it a little bit harder. But it was a good game to watch. It was exciting. X Factor has all the pieces. I think at this point, it's just going to be a matter of coaching. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, APOC versus Code Red. Wish Harlem was here for this one. 40-0. That was not what she was looking forward to, of course. Like she said, she don't want to just beat a team. She said at the point that they're up, they want to start working on them. Again, I just think Code Red, they have certain pieces. They got to get more consistent. They got to take out what's not working. Take out the stuff that's not working. Utilize your speed. Posh, sometimes it might have to be a quarterback keep. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because she's fast. That's just me. That's just observation for me with them. I got a
chance to watch that game. It was a really good game. And I say it was a really good game because of this. Now, I did text Harlem after that game, like, that score said 40-0, honey. And she was so funny because she was like, you know what, we did just do us. That wasn't the intention. So it actually was not their intention to run the score that high. And to watch that game, they did try a lot of different things that you could see APOC working on as far as their offense. For one thing, they put Ori at, inside receiver. They put Cat at quarterback. They were doing some different things with their offense, and it was a great time to do it while they were up. They just happened to score some extra points on it, which ran the score, but you could see that they were just mixing all kind of stuff up, trying different things during that game.
Code Red, not a high IQ on APOC. Like putting Chad at quarterback, I wouldn't doubt her doing her job even at quarterback if that's what she had to do. I mean, she just has a high IQ of the game. So
Yeah. So I mean, I just.
Player.
Yeah, and they have a lot of all around players. They did a lot of different things that confused people during the game, and so.
All right, we're gonna go into the Stallions versus Arsenal. Oh man, upset. We was trying. We definitely could have tied it and went into overtime. That was definitely a great game. Another game of the weekend, I do believe. And hey, I will say the line is definitely tough. So big up to Arsenal and their line. Um, they got this one play that they know they have to contain to where the runner can come up the middle, and they executed that very well. So hats off to Arsenal. We got you next time though.
Yeah, I got a chance to see that game too. It was exciting. It was fun. So proud of Arsenal. That team is so impressive to sit out a year and their players not go anywhere. And they came back. They're so strong as a team. I can only imagine their team cookouts got to be the bomb. They're just so the bomb to come back and be so strong and have their same players. I mean, and then to play the Stallions, so tough and win.
Oh yeah, definitely. We was battling out there. I will say that. So hey, like I said, we'll see him. We'll meet again. Then you had where are we? Code Red versus X Factor. Now this was the game I was rooting for Code Red, hands down.
Me too.
Wanted them. I felt like with how X Factor played us, I just really felt like Code Red had an opportunity and a chance to win against X Factor because one, X Factor had probably the same amount of players as Code Red, so I know they were playing both sides as well, and I was really rooting for Code Red to pull it out.
Yeah, that game was so good. That game was exciting. People in the stands, we were all like standing up and cheering, and it was good. It was back and forth. But let me tell you this: Code Red really impressed me. So some people would think that a team who doesn't have the best record in the league, you would probably think maybe they have low morale or they're just not this or that or that. Oh no. I actually had a chance to just like listen to some of the Code Red girls as a team. They talked junk. They were not happy. I think APOC ticked them off with that loss, and they took it out on X Factor. Because when I tell you, Code Red was like ready and crumped to start that game. They went out there physical. I've never seen Code Red be so physical. They were popping heads, popping people. I posted a play too where they just popped and tackled the quarterback. It was like poor X Factor. Y'all are catching the end of like they just got beat up by just like it's like a kid who just got a whooping at home and then they go to the playground and took it out on y'all. It was kind of like that.
Okay,
it was a good game. It was back and forth. Huh?
I said, okay. I mean, but I really was rooting for them. I was cheering for Code Red. I was Team Code Red on that game.
It was, and the only time that X Factor scored was one time. They did that with Santia, and it was a running play when she ran into the end zone. Missed flag is what that was. What kind of and I'll say this, and I'll give two perspectives on it because I was kind of watching the game like. I mean, we all heard, Santia and the $1 billion contract, right? And great marketing. So I'll say this, and I'm gonna make sure I word it right, because I want to make sure I get both perspectives. And this is so to see her play for the first time live after all the marketing hype and things like that. One perspective is I wasn't impressed. My only thought was, wow, highly overrated player. And I mean this in a good way, Code Red, but when you can't even get highlights on Code Red, that's kind of like, it's more marketing. Got to be more marketing because you're very overrated. Now, another perspective, another side to the coin, because we always want to be fair, is you could be a great player, but even LeBron needs a whole team. So, maybe the team needs to step up some more because they have a LeBron, or maybe, or is LeBron really overrated when you see her in action against these girls that really play 8 women football. Mm-hmm. Because when you can't get highlights on Code Red, I was kind of like, I don't know. That's two perspectives. Another thing, too, is will we see her next week? Will we see her throughout the rest of the season?
Stay on the team?
Will she stay on the team? Because, one, if they keep playing like this with her on the team, that could affect her marketing because now you're not looking so good. Or will she not come back out because she doesn't want to taint her reputation with not being so great. And then, but another side to that coin, because we always want to be fair, I'm really proud of her for having such a big reputation in the football world and representing women in football.
Right.
And her team and her not performing as great, but she still stayed knowing that all these people were watching, knowing that all these people kind of know her name as far as the football world, but she still stayed. She didn't just give up, and she didn't leave her team hanging for any game or anything like that. She finished.
Right.
But what are your thoughts on that? Those are just my thoughts.
My thoughts? I just, maybe she's been out of that style of play for too long. And then again, with coming on to a team that was that they're building. There's a new team. They're trying to establish themselves. Because she could have came out in this league, because she's played in this league before and played with any team out there. And she chose the newest team, one of the newest teams to our league. So, hey, she's athletic, hands down, very fast, but she just wasn't fast enough when she played with us.
Yeah, interesting. We'll see if she comes back. We'll see.
All right, and last game of the day was APOC versus Arsenal, and Arsenal could not pull up any points against APOC. It was 0-15. So, yeah. There you go.
Good game. I watched that. They didn't give up very many points either. And APOC was doing a whole lot of trickery with their offense. It was really nice to see because you didn't know who was throwing, catching, where you going. It was just like a whole lot going on, which was good.
They working
and then
on
Arsenal, they got points. So.
Working on them.
Woo! Good for them. That was a whole lot of talk here. It's so cool. All right, cool. Let's roll right into rankings with butter.
Rankings with butter, even though I don't care for it. But, yeah, here we go. Rankings with butter. Right now is our top tier team at the moment is Bama Fire with 4-0. Meaning they haven't probably given up too many points on defense. They have a lot of scores where there was 0. No one was able to score on them at all. So big up to Bama Fire, our Alabama cousins. Keep doing your thing. Prime time is next. PT is pulling out the stops. They are showing up and showing out. So big up to Prime Time definitely for revamping, regrouping, getting it together, coming out there being tough. They are also 4-0, but they rank number 2 point wise. Tigers are also 4-0. Again, not giving up as many points on defense. And because APOC is also 4-0, however, they've given up a little bit more points than Tigers, so that's why Tigers are 3rd and APOC is 4th. Rebels are 3-1, so they're in 5th, doing their thing as well. I believe that this season is going to be an outstanding season, one of the best seasons since I've been playing. So I appreciate the competitiveness and the fun I see out there. So it's a lot more fun going on. I appreciate that. Arsenal is ahead of us. They are 2-2. However, they beat us because I had to ask for it to be explained because we've scored more points. Because we've scored more points than them. Like, although the rankings are the same as far as we're 2-2 and we've scored more points, but because they beat us head to head, they're above us. They're above us in the number 6 position, and we are number 7. Warriors are also 2-2, but of course they have not scored as many points as the Stallions. So that's why they're under us at number 8. X Factor is 1-3. NTB, Storm, DOA, and Code Red are all 0-4. I know this is a disappointment for DOA and Storm. We're going to hopefully over the next couple of weeks, you guys are able to pull out some wins. And I bet no one knew that because there's only a 10-game season, each team is not playing 2 teams. So if you didn't know that, you know that now. You figure out what team. I know what teams is not playing each other. I know who we're not playing. So some disadvantages there because we don't play Storm. I was looking forward to that. That was because we actually scrimmaged them and we lost. So I was looking for some get back, but we don't play Storm this season, unfortunately, and we don't play the Warriors. 2 teams I definitely think we could have beat. So,
right.
So there we go. But hopefully these bottom four teams can pull out something and pull their rankings up. Definitely Code Red. So there we go. Those are rankings with.
All right, sounds good. All right, cool. We'll roll right into the people versus the podcast chicks. All right. So first game, Butter, who you got? Code Red versus the Rebels.
I'm gonna go with the Rebels. I want Code Red to put up a good fight though. Definitely want the Rebels to win.
91% Rebels, 9% Code Red. Stallions versus Primetime. Who you got?
I'm going with me. I'm going with us. I mean, don't get me wrong. I definitely think with how Primetime has been playing, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a clash of the Titans right there. And I'm just...
It is.
It's going to be
that
a
is going to be a head-to-head game. Yeah, that's going to be a head-to-head game. The people said 44% Stallions, 56% Primetime.
Say the right
thing.
What happened?
The people said 44% Stallions, 56% Primetime. Them girls be in the gym, so you better be ready, Butter. They be conditioning.
All right.
All right. NTD versus Arsenal.
I'm going to pick Arsenal.
People said 9% NTD, 91% Arsenal. Primetime versus Tigers.
Woo. That's going to be another battle right there only because Tigers have not been playing the same Tiger football as they are known to play. So I do believe Primetime is going to give them a hell of a fight and may even beat them. So I'm going Primetime.
It's game of the week. It's definitely game of the week for all the reasons you just said. The people said 36% Primetime, 64% Tigers.
All right.
Next, Storm versus Arsenal.
Storm versus Arsenal. I'm going with Arsenal again. I just think they probably got a tougher squad. Arsenal will need to be on the look for that lineman release from Storm. That's kind of their go-to play is to release that lineman. So be prepared for that, Arsenal.
Yeah, the people said 29% Storm, 71% Arsenal. Stallions versus APOC.
That's gonna be a tough game. That's just hands down. That is a team that can make us better. It's possible. Anything goes down on Sunday. Anything is possible. They definitely gonna make us pull everything out the bag. Definitely.
Yes. 17% of the people said Stallions. 83% said APOC.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Rebels versus NTB.
Gonna go with the Rebels on that one. Yeah, Rebels and NTB.
91% of the people said Rebels. 9% said NTB. Code Red versus.
I think I want to pull for the Code Red on this one.
I mean, too. That's gonna be a good one though. But I kind of want to pull for the Warriors too because they have so much freaking talent. Like they could really pull this one out. I think I'm stuck on the fence. I think I'm gonna just be cheering for whoever's on offense at that moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a good game as far as competitiveness between the two teams. So, but I'm gonna cheer for Code Red this time.
18% of the people said Code Red. 82% said Warriors. X Factor Storm.
I think I'm gonna root for Storm on this one.
It's gonna be very interesting.
I mean, I'm a fan of Pikachu. Hey, too. I'm a fan of her. So definitely, I am rooting for Storm on this one against X Factor.
Pikachu's not a Storm girl anymore.
What happened?
I don't think Pikachu's a Storm girl anymore. Pikachu is a warrior.
No, she's not. She only went down there with them for the tournament for nationals. She's still on.
I thought I saw her push teams up for the league. I have to double confirm that, but that's okay. The people said 26% X Factor, 74% Storm.
Good job. Everybody gonna be out there rooting for Storm on that one. That's good. I like that.
Yep. Tiger versus DOA.
DOA gonna have to pull out some tricks, man.
Like a stripper in a nightclub.
Whatever frustration they got going on, they gonna have to revamp that frustration into playing hard, playing tough, and pull out a win with this one.
Yeah, DOA gonna have to be some Magic City Troopers up in that field on Sunday,
Yeah,
boy. Some
for
tricks
sure.
all over the pole. But it's 82% Tigers, 18% DOA is what the people predict. Last DOA versus X Factor. This is gonna be a really good game.
That's definitely gonna be a. Yeah, I'm a root. Dwayne said we should make that game the we call it something else. That is the spotlight showdown. Is what we call it.
Yeah, definitely. Who are you going for on that one? That's gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with DOA on that one. I don't want it to make it look like I'm an X Factor hater, but I'm not. I just really feel like because X Factor is still trying to figure it out, DOA should pull it. Tigers.
Yeah. Well, 68% of the people said DOA, 32% of the people said X Factor.
Tigers?
What's Dwayne saying?
Dwayne saying that DOA is going to lose to the Tigers. So them going into that X Factor game could possibly give X Factor the win. So it's going to come down to coaching on that game.
He thinks that the Tigers game will take away their morale?
Yeah. Just with history, because they're down on themselves right now. They're down on themselves. They're down on each other. They're down on the coach down on them. So right now the morale, is just dampened, and because them and a lot of the people expected DOA to be at a higher rank and have pulled out some wins by now. So
yeah, we definitely did. He has a good point. So with that point being proven, if I were the X Factor coach, again, this is a time, and I hate to say this, but this is the game. This is the time to kick an animal, a beast, when they're down. Yep. And DOA is normally a beast, but right now they are down. It's the time to attack.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Well, we're going to go into A co-ed rankings, Tuesday night Silverback Park, y'all. We're just going to run through the rankings real quick, the standings as it is right now. So right now, the number one seed is Dynasty. And then there's MIS. After that is Primetime Orange Squad. After that is the Undertakers, the Blue Iguanas. Below them is Primetime, the Purple Squad. Primetime so deep they have to get two squads. Below them is Justice League, Assassins, and then it's very interesting to see the EA Strays in last place. That tells you the power of the styles, because these people came off a national championship, and then everybody are in a different style that they are just not familiar with, and they're in last place. But I'll tell you what, once they figure it out, the rest of these teams might be in trouble.
See, well, you got to, incorporate those females a lot, and then I think they got some on there that haven't even played. That can be a game changer. So, this, like I said, this is probably a new style for them. They just got to get used to it, and hopefully, before it's over, they can pull it out.
Hopefully, let's see. All right, cool. But let's run into our closing announcement.
All right, we got Lynn Lewis registration. Is still open. Is that what it's saying? For 5 versus contact and non-contact, 7 versus 7, 8 versus 8, and girls 12, 14 through 7 and 17. So Lynn Lewis, and that's May 1st and 2nd, right? What is
yep.
I mean,
April 30th through May 2nd.
April 30th through the 2nd.
Mhm. And Palm Coast.
WAP is in there. WAP is in it.
Yes, WAP is in it.
And I'm a WAPster.
Yes, we're going to be doing
that game. Tackle season starts. Our first game is May 1st.
I know.
Unfortunately.
But we're rooting for the tackle teams too.
No.
We got Virginia Beach Invitational, June 19th through 20th. Weekend Warrior in Orlando, July 10th. And then that Sanction Tournament in New York, May 29th through the 30th. Also, don't forget, y'all, to sign up for the 8 Women Contact Draft, which is the Coaches Challenge. That's going to be June 26th, but registration is open now. Yep. So you can sign up for that draft to play. Bud and Harlem are definitely confirmed to play in it. So they're gonna be out. Big, right?
Me.
What coach did you say you wanted to play for? Who's like your first thought, Coach Butter?
I would want to play for Coach Jimmy. I don't know what all coaches are in it. But I definitely would want to play for a top tier coach to see what he can instill and show me and teach me. So, hey.
Yeah, awesome. And then last announcement is focus on the future. That tournament is back. That's going to be May 22nd through the 23rd right here in Atlanta. So, right there in Atlanta.
Right.
So it's going to be in Atlanta. We don't have to travel anywhere. Focus on the future tournament. It's going to have all kinds of styles. So great tournament, first deal at Franklin Gate.
All right.
All right. Well, that's our show. Any other closes for you? Close out, Sutter?
It's supposed to rain on Saturday. We do play on grass this season, so if you got some better cleats for Sunday, I need you to pull them out the box, put them on, put your ankle braces on. I always bring my knees, so I have to strap them up tight. But that's about it. We just play some safe football on Sunday.
Yes. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching Hills the Cleats. Good night.
I'm trying to run him out the hill for real. I'm trying to run. Alright, it's not a problem.
It feels weird when you're not here. But, you know.